morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Good morning, Greasy, Will, Tony, Enrico, David. How y'all doing? Good morning, Corey. Happy government opening day. Good morning, John, Oracle. How y'all doing? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens now with the market overall. We didn't get that CPI report. They said basically there's no data. We'll get it next month. But we should start getting those reports. Although I did see them talking about maybe not even getting a jobs report anymore. Anyways, I don't know. Morning, Peter. Yeah, so I was thinking about it. I'm on a little bit earlier before the open. Because I want to have, and actually I think what I'm going to start doing is starting at 9:25. So the stream will start like around 9:20, and then I'll come on at about 9:25. That way I can have a few minutes to talk about the market before the actual open. So we're about to open now. I have a couple of, I think we're going to go long, and unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to copy my PA account, I don't think, because the Affordable Indicators copier is down this morning. So unless it comes up at some point before I get a trade, but I'm not sure. So let's go into this real quick. Let's go to the daily chart. We have, all right, quite a bit going on here. The daily chart looks clean every morning before I come on. But then I'll mark everything up. We have this fair value gap right here, okay? And I came down to the bottom here because we have about a 5-point imbalance right here. You can't see it unless if I really zoom in. So let me see if I can zoom in. It's there, so I marked it with that. But anyways, you can see how price is pulling back into it. So I have to assume if we're going to keep pulling back, that, I mean, we are in that fair value gap now. So I want to see each quadrant. We have this upper quadrant. We have the midpoint here, lower quadrant, and I want to see what happens there. All right, so then, of course, I have to look, okay, if we keep going past it, then where can we go? Well, I have this wick here, this discount wick. So I have to measure out this wick and check the quadrants there. Also, we do have, some new week opening gaps here. Right here, we have a new week opening gap as well, which you'll see it on the lower time frame. So I have to keep that in mind. But also, like I said, we're in that daily fair value gap now. It could simply be a pullback here to keep going up because we never reached into this one either. So we'll keep watching that, see what happens. The 4-hour, basically what I have here on the 4-hour chart. Some more imbalances here on the left. That's that daily fair value gap. So we'll see if we pull deeper into there or not. We do have, I didn't mark it, but it's here. This 4-hour fair value gap right here, which we did go into, and now we're breaking the lows here. So we'll see if we continue or if we want to pull back up in there or not. But I don't think so. We'll see. We'll look at that. But then also, if we go down to the 1-hour, we have this fair value gap down here right above the new week opening gap. And I marked that because it's overlapping the midpoint of the 1-hour chart, or the 1-hour fair value gap right here. In case we do come down, we also have a little 1-hour fair value gap right in here. And then, of course, we have this big one as well. So then we had this one, which became an inversion. So since we have this inversion and this 1-hour gap and we're coming down, we may push lower. We'll see. And then, of course, in 26 minutes, we'll monitor this and see if we get a new one right here. So dropping down to the 15-minute, we had a lot. Oh, let me go back to the 1-hour. We had a lot of sell-side liquidity here, too, on the 1-hour. Like, literally all this is sell-side liquidity. All in here. Sell-side liquidity. And we are coming down through it. So I'm going to be careful because we very well may see this area, this 400 get hit, where that midpoint consequent encroachment of that daily fair value gap is. So I do want to be not too quick to look long. The 15-minute chart here, we do have. So I noticed this imbalance, volume imbalance right here. So do you have volume imbalance? And of course, we have this 15-minute fair value gap that we pulled into, worked a little bit, and dropped. Okay. We have the London range. Always mark out the London range. Right here's the high. Right here's the low. And then right here we have relative equal highs right there with that London high. So I do want to keep that in mind in case we do come up. I'm not really expecting price to really come up. What I want to see is if we can drop down into here. Kind of watching that. And then maybe if we come back up, I'd be kind of just looking at this area right here in this 15-minute fair value gap. Maybe the midpoint of the London range. I mean, it's not out of the question for it to keep going up past that, but I wouldn't. This would be a crucial area for me right here to watch if we did come back up to it. And then this crucial area right here for me to watch as we come down to that. However, like I say, I like to look for points of interest like this to watch. And when price reaches those areas, I want to monitor and see what happens. Because it very well could just go like this and keep going, right? Like we've seen that. Just same thing. If it comes up to this, it could just keep going up. So once it reaches my points of interest, basically, then I want to see how price reacts. If I see something obvious that it looks like, okay, we're in it. Now we're coming up. Okay, I'll look for long. If not, if we just blast through and we just look like we're going to roll over and keep going down, well, that's when I start looking for lower targets and potentially taking something to go down. Because right now, I'm a bit neutral overall, like in the higher time frames. So yeah. So I'm looking at that. I know we're gonna have a pretty big opening range gap. Let's see. So let's go down to that 1 minute and take a look at that. Okay, we have our close right there. We have our open right there. So, yep, got a pretty big opening range gap. A couple hundred points there almost. And I think I meant to turn these on. Yeah, so we still have those lower gaps down here that we never closed. So that's also a reason price could want to just keep going down. We have this new week opening gap. We have this opening range gap right here that we never came down and traded through. So very well could be reaching down there. So just have to watch this area, the reaction, be patient, and see what happens. That's kind of what I'm looking at for this morning. Head to the 1 minute chart. All right. Hey, Thomas, Shadow. What's going on, y'all? So from here, our best friend, patience. I forgot to check, actually, to see if there's any other news today. We have some Fed members speaking, it looks like, at about 10:30. Hold on, let me make sure my time is correct on this. Yeah. At about 10:30, crude oil inventories at 12, and then the afternoon, some more Fed speakers. Nothing high impact, but still. Like I say, knowing the current economic situations and everything. Sometimes as low impact Fed speakers can stall the market out. So yeah, I know. I noticed no Chris today. Nah, he messaged me that his internet went out, so he's having some technical difficulties. All right, and this may not hold up to go long, but I mean, we are looking a little heavy down here, but we are inside this 1 hour fair value gap. I don't want to be too quick to do anything just yet this morning. If you think it's going short, you might want to look into this right here. It could be one of those mornings where we just roll over and keep going down. Because I don't see a real strong reason to go up. Like, there's nothing telling me we need to go up. Like, these areas on the 15-minute chart that I pointed out up here, like, it's not screaming at me like, oh, we need to go to it. So that's why I don't want to be too... So that's kind of the way I look at it. Like, is it extremely obvious? If it's extremely obvious, then I'm like, yeah, we got to go up there. If it's not extremely obvious, but I have something that I'm kind of like, okay, it could. So that's where I really want to wait. But look, like right now, like we're trading straight through this area that I mentioned. So now, I still don't want to be too quick to get in something, but yeah, it's pretty much showing me like this. Even though the 9:30, 10 a.m. is usually going to be manipulation. Where am I looking at? Okay. It can also be one of them days where it has no reason to go up. You know, because typically you're looking for manipulation, the opposite direction of where price is going to head to. So if you're here, you're looking at, manipulation in the first after the open, and then that distribution up. But I don't have extremely strong reasons to believe we have to go up. We could go up. So whenever I have we could go up, that's when I really wait. You could. Yeah, you could have. If you have targets lower that you really think we're going to go to and you're confident, yeah, you could have got in right there. Well, I haven't checked the 15-second chart, but you could be looking. This is where you could drop down. We pulled up into it here. You could be looking for that change in the state of delivery. And it's rolling over, and manage your trade. Here's the low of that daily fair value gap. And I mean, it's moving. If you're in this would be a trade that you'd be nice and profitable in if you took this. Yeah. Completely disrespected this area. Like, had no intention on stopping here. So, we'll see. Look, right down to the low of the daily fair value gap. Now, you got to keep in mind, too, if price is going to be bullish, like overall, like for the rest of the week or whatever, like overall, then this daily fair value gap that we're in, this is the low of it. It could rebalance it completely and then start making its way back up to that higher daily fair value gap if price is going to stay bullish. But I'm not, like, my long-term bias right this second is not bullish. I'm more, it's bearish, neutral bearish for me. With all this is the daily chart. So I'm neutral bearish because we have, like I said, this fair value gap here. We have not pulled into this fair value gap. So now, obviously, if we take this low here, if we keep going down, I'm going to be bearish. And we'll probably, it looks like today we may be bearish. Like it's completely disrespecting this area. So we may keep pulling down to here. Strong possibility right there. Yeah, look at that. Man, that would have been a nice trade out of that fair value gap on the with a 15-second confirmation. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Will. Like, we're through it. That fair value gap, that daily fair value gap, the low of it, but we'll see. We have the opening range gap low here from 11:10. So from, what's that, Monday? Yeah, Monday's fair value gap right there. I mean, opening range gap. And then here's the high of that discount wick. So we very well could keep going down into the 165 to 200 range right there. But you got to be careful because we're here's the fair value gap with a volume imbalance right there. This very well could roll over and keep going. You got to keep in mind, too, like what should typically happen on a normal day is like this is an open and just complete like what should happen is, like I said, you have manipulation, then you should have your distribution. But that's if like price is going to be bearish, right? Like I mean bullish. Like if you know price is going to be bullish, this is what it should have. However, if it's going to be bearish, it doesn't have to do this, right? So that's one of the biggest things is knowing what price should do. So if it is going to be bullish and we have this move down, you got to be careful because when we get to areas like this, it could be ready to pull back. So, yeah, if you were taking a short, this would have been the best short right here in that. But I still wasn't, like, it was in that area that I wasn't, that I wanted to monitor and see what happens. So, and we're getting close to the 950 macro here. So, we want to see. And now we might be getting an inversion here. So, you got to be careful. Not an inversion I would take, but y'all know, like I like to say, an inversion could be one of the first signals of a market structure shift. So, you gotta be careful. And we have 12 minutes until we get a 15-minute fair value gap. So, during these 12 minutes, we gotta see if price is going to be bullish. It may try to work its way up here and rebalance, do an immediate rebalance of this and not allow a fair value gap. So I always watch that. And that's 12 minutes, right? So like price could rebalance that. If it leaves a fair value gap, okay, then we see what price does inside it. If it goes inside of it. If it doesn't, then that means it'll rebalance it. Looks like we have not inverted that yet. Not sure that we will, but trading view is not executing. What were you trying to take, Will? Oh, were you trying to go use the inversion to go long? Or what were you doing? Or were you shorting? You talking about earlier? Ah, okay. All right, so we have this inversion. I'm not convinced it. I would not use it as an inversion right now, personally, because I'm not convinced this holds to keep price going up. I'm not convinced in longs right now, because this area right here did not hold up. However, we are still at the daily fair value gap below, so maybe I'm just watching at this moment. With this move down, it could just be taking a little breather. Because we have, like I say, we since we came down this low, completely disrespected this area. We still have reasons for price to come down here. To close this opening range gap, we have the new week opening gap low down there. We're probably right around the... no, but let me put some quadrants on this just to look. On this new week opening gap here. In the upper half. Didn't quite get to the midpoint. I was just curious on that. Nine minutes will get that 1 hour fair value gap up above. Yeah. Yeah, so I'd be watching and waiting for a little pullback breather of this drop here and potential reclaiming of this with displacement. Might not happen, but we'll see. There's a 5-minute fair value gap up here as well. I just don't like how it really overshot this area. That's why I'm not really filling up longs yet. Just because, like, we really overshot this and showed no sign of respect. Like, well, there you go, Will. Wait, which short did you try to take? In here? Or this one down here? Because if it was this one down here, then, you know, I guess the market gods are on your side today. Let me refresh my copier. See if that's working yet. 936. Oh. Well, that sucks. So market gods are not on your side today. Copier's still not working. All right, we're back up to this one, this area. So now Let's see if this fair value gap holds up here. I'm not convinced yet. I'm just not convinced. It's 953. I mean, this inversion did hold. We do have this fair value gap. We'll see. We'll see. Now, let's look at this leg down. What you can look at as well, what started the move right here, right? That started the move, and we have this low. We're right, look at that. Can't make this stuff up. We're right at equilibrium of this dealing range right here. So this could be its pullback, sigh of relief, take a breather, right back up to equilibrium. If this becomes an inversion, if we trade right through it and we displace down, we're going to keep going down. So we'll see right here if this is going to hold up in this area. However, if we don't, and this becomes an inversion, I don't know why I wrote that. I, F, V, G. If that becomes an inversion right here, then I would look to, we'd probably reclaim this right here, and I'd look for displacement fair value gap to keep going down. However, that's only if this becomes an inversion, since we're at equilibrium right here of this dealing range. So, just kind of what I'm watching at the moment. Hey, Will, I'm with you. The market gods are never on my side either. If something goes wrong, or if I do something stupid, I never get lucky. Which is good, in my opinion. I don't want to get lucky and get fool's gold and get rewarded for bad behavior or whatever. So it never works out. And I know that. But anytime I do something stupid, I'm like, come on, just this time. Let it work out for me. I promise I'll learn my lesson. Still doesn't work. All right, we're hitting the midpoint, the consequent encroachment of the daily fair value gap again. Let's see if we hold underneath that or not. Hey, Thomas, thanks for joining. Have a good rest of your morning. Have a good rest of your day. Yeah, Shadow. I don't know what it is. Man, us stubborn people. All right. Well, okay. We might not be going short. Because now we have this pullback. We have this inversion. Let's see if we get another fair value gap in here. This is going to be most likely a nice order block here. Right here. We do have this fair value gap, but I'm not really worried about it because our structure is looking pretty solid for longs now. Since we're back up. However, look at this wick though. Look at this reached up into this fair value gap, and we haven't closed above the midpoint of this daily fair value gap. So you still got to be cautious. And I bet you this is right at the midpoint. I bet this can be right at the midpoint. Watch this. Let's see. Yeah. So still be a little careful. We have this bullish. Well, it didn't displace up, so this might not be a good order block, bullish order block. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not too eager right now. You're long from 951. Oh, nice. This pullback here. Oh no. When we came up off this inversion. Yeah, we didn't get a fair value gap right here. I really wanted one. Now, we'll see if this holds up as a to keep price up. I'm more likely looking for a... Hey, we're still in this opening range. I'm not convinced on a long yet. We're about to get a SIBI on the 15-minute chart in the next 40 seconds if price continues to hold down here. And then I'll look to see what we do there. I'm still not convinced on a long yet. Got rid of that 1 hour gap. It was in my way. Good job, Will. Hey, and there's times like this could work out great as a long, right? But like you could take the risk as long as you manage the risk. That's a great job managing your risk there, Will. Look how the bodies are closing at the consequent encroachment of the daily fair value gap right here. That part right here and this reach up and body closure down here is not rubbing me the right way just yet. We got the 15-minute SIBI here. So let's go to it and let's mark it. Because if we trade straight through it, then we're probably going to go long. However, I want to see the reaction to it. Or the reaction in it, whatever you want to say. TradingView has a lag for you. Man, I'm noticing every now and then I'm getting some TradingView lag. However, I get more lag if I'm on the browser. So if you're on the browser, definitely use the app on the desktop app. Okay, let's see if we get an inversion. So this is a crucial area for me because we have these down close candles. Here, let me get my pen. If price is going to be bullish, it should not trade and close below these. That's what I'm watching right now. I mean, look at the bodies, though, on this midpoint of this daily fair value gap. Okay, so I'm watching this. And if we can respect this without displacing lower, then I want to see, a closure above here and it start really working its way through this 15-minute fair value gap. So we'll see. Yeah, I've noticed when I've used the browser before, that's where I get more of the lag, for sure. Okay. We have this inversion. We may get a fair value gap right in here. And we've traded straight through this one. It's not an inversion yet. We've traded through it. See, this one might get reclaimed if we come down. Okay, we have an inversion here. Oops. I'm going to go ahead and hop to my 15-second chart. I don't want to take this inversion. Since we have this fair value gap up here, and this... Oh, wait, hold on. This was reclaimed, actually. It's not an inversion. So that's reclaimed, so I'm going to get rid of that. I actually want to see it pull up to this one first. and then see if I can get a 15-second confirmation for a short. That's still inside a 5-minute SIBI as well. All right, so I'm going to drop down to my 15-second here and see if we can pull up to that and get a confirmation or not. I'll probably just target these lows. Whoa, that's a big trade. Maybe not. We'll see. I hate that I can't. I hate that I can't trade my PA account. I'm going to try one more time to get this copier. See if the copier's back. I mean, I probably could pull up my Apex copier because I still have that. But it's just, I know the settings are incorrect, and that's what caused me pain last time. All right, this rolled over from this inversion. However, it like reclaimed it real quick and then came back down again. So we may get another fair value gap down here. We'll see. Man, yeah, that's what caused pain last time. The affordable indicators copier was down. So I threw on my Apex one, and I forgot to switch to micros on my followers. So I took all my trade in those 6 and 8 minis. Oh my God. When I looked over and saw I was instantly down like $3,500 per account, I was like, what? I was only down like 15 ticks, 20 ticks, something like that. Like I was barely taking heat. And I was looking and I'm like, how am I down $3,000, $4,000? What? I was just so confused. I didn't know what to do. I was literally like y'all should have saw me. Thankfully, I wasn't streaming. I was so confused. I'm just like sitting there like I was frozen. I literally didn't know what to do because I can't just close. I mean, I could have, but I didn't want to just close because I'm down almost $4,000. I'm like, what is going on? And I was still in a good trade. But then, my accounts with the heat that it ended up taking, it couldn't sustain the drawdown. I'm like, man, this is never doing that again. Lucky you, Shadow. Yours were evals. Nope, mine were my PAs that I had for over a year. All right, we're about to approach. Let me drop to this 15-second chart here. We're approaching this fair value gap. Let's see what we do there. You got to be careful. I mean, this could just go straight through it and go up if we're going to go long and create a busy on the 1 minute. See, we closed right in the midpoint of it. Here, let me go back to the 1 minute because it's not looking good. Look at this. Potential fair value gap here. This is why I love the 15-second confirmation. Guys, I promise you, I'm going to put a video out. What's today? I'm going to try tonight before the weekend is over. I'm going to put out a video. Oh, by the way, y'all, I'm not going to be trading at all next week. Not streaming or anything because I will be out of town. I want to throw that out there. But I'm going to put that 15-second confirmation video out. I have to. Because this, again, if I was looking to go short, this could have been a short entry where normally, I just take, as soon as this comes into a fair value gap, I just short it, right? And then you put your stop at the highs. However, look what's happening. And this happens many, 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 many times. And I think that's why I have like an overall 55 to 60% win rate. Because things like this happens, right? I could be like, oh, we're going to go short and, take out this low and we have reasons to go lower. However, that 15-second chart just literally told me not to go short. Don't go short. So, looking at the 15-second, went straight through. There's no confirmation on the 15-second. So what do I do? Nothing. Save money. Yeah, no. It's crazy. To Will's point, he said it sounds crazy, but the 15 seconds slows down your trading. It absolutely 100% does. Slows down your trading. Okay, now this is an inversion. I actually don't like this area because now we're in that 15-minute SIBI. So I like how we traded right up through it. If we just keep trading up through it, that'd be great. And we might get an inversion, then these fair value gaps, and that's what, and if you've traded ICT concepts and you've traded the 1 minute chart many times, so look, this prime example, you have a fair value gap here, fair value gap here. We might even get another one here. So when price pulls back, which one do you take, right? Do you get in right up here and have a stop way down here? Do you wait to see if it comes down to this one and get in? Do you wait till see if it comes down to this one and get in? Well, the times you wait is the time it barely pulls back and keeps going, right? And if you don't wait, well, it'll reach all the way back down and give you tons of heat and drawdown. That's the way it works. So the 15-second confirmation tells you when to get in. And if it's wrong, typically you're going to have a smaller stop loss. So that's why I love it. It absolutely slows down your trading, helps you avoid these scenarios and these losses. Man, I'm telling y'all, this is Will's 15-second confirmation model is absolute pure gold. All right, now we have an inversion and this one here. We traded all the way through just about that 15-minute fair value gap, so I'm not afraid to go long through it. So we'll see if we get a confirmation or not. This is an inversion. This is a regular fair value gap. All right. Yeah, we have a clear market structure shift on the 1 minute chart. Now we also have to be careful that if price wants to be bearish overall, it come up and rebalance this 15-minute chart and then drop. But I don't think that happens. At this point, we're still above that the mid consequent encroachment of that fair value, daily fair value gap. We've traded down to the low of it. We may head up. Let's see. Now again, remember, we have lower fair value gaps as well here. So we could reach down lower as well. So waiting for confirmation. So I need to close above this right here. I don't like this. Since we didn't make a lower low, I'm not using these down close candles for a change in the state of delivery. I'm using this higher one up here. So I need a closure above it and then a trade above that. Or, yeah, then market to move above that. Whoa. Oh, man. It's a pretty big stop. But I think we're good. Let's see. It's previous day low right there. Let me go back to my 1 minute chart here. A big fair value gap. Opening range gap below. I really didn't want to get in exactly right there. But I think I'm good. We'll see. We'll see. Because I didn't like how it shot up. I don't like that jump like that, but should be good. Only reason why it might not. No, FOMO didn't get me. It's that this was an entry. It's just I don't like that shoot up like that. So I wanted a closure right above this line, and then the next candle to go over it. However, it just jumped. So I basically got me like, I really wanted to get in somewhere around this 45. Well, I guess I only got in about 6 or so points above where I wanted. So it's all good. All right, let's see where I can realistically target here. Don't want to go for too much. I'm going to target this high right up here, right below 500. Trying to see what... Oh, that's the dealing rate. See, sometimes I put stuff on my chart and I forget what they are. And then I'm like, what is that? If we get too much hesitating here... Actually, I am going to go to break even. Because this area, there's a fair value gap here. This long wick, we could hesitate or kind of bounce around. And I don't want it to pull back too far against me. So I'm at break even on this. Oh, you know what? You can't see my P&L because this dang copier issue is blocking it. Well, you see my trade. And I'm not copying any PAs anyway, so it doesn't matter. Let's see if we get this little... Technically, I shouldn't be at break even yet, but I should be down here. Below this down close candle and below these down close candles, but because of this area, I could see some resistance happening. All right, now we're going to get this little bissy right there. Previous day low, last week equilibrium. I probably should take profit right in there, but right there is where I probably should have taken profit. Let's see if we get up past it. There we go. Secure that. Oh, man. All right. That's fine. That's good. About a 40-point trade right there. I'll take it. The entry on this 15-second was the candle before. Yeah, you're talking about this candle, right, Will? Right here, the 10, 12, 15. Thanks, Will. Yeah, that's a good one. See, this area, I was a little bit... See how it's rolling back over right here? That's what I wanted to avoid. That's why I didn't want to go too far for profit in this area. That's why I moved to break even fairly quick and wanted to kind of chase it a little bit because this rollover at the previous day low, if we're going to be bearish, we might not go too much higher than that. Yeah, right here. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, this closure. So do you go on the closure of this or whenever the next bar takes the high of that closure? Because that's what I thought you do, is when the bar takes the high of that closure. Correct me if I'm wrong. But look here. You can see the change in state of delivery respected as it pulled back to it right here. And they kept going. But yeah, I didn't want to get filled that high, but it's all good. It worked out. Yeah, so that's the question, Will. The creator of the 15-second entry model. I want to confirm that for everybody watching here. This the candle that closes above the change of the state of delivery. My thought was, I thought you when that closes, you wait for the next candle to trade above it. Is that correct? Or do you just enter upon closure above the change in state delivery? All right. Yeah. Good day. Good day. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah. So the entry that I'm thinking is correct. You wait for the candle closure, then above the trade above. Um, hold on a second. Okay, yeah, that was about $800 on my live account. So the reason why I didn't take that one here, let me say that too. This is why. So I mentioned it slightly. Um, The 10 that makes the low might be different. Okay. Yeah, so that's why. So I didn't. Maybe I said it real fast whenever I was looking at this trade. I didn't look at this as the change in state of delivery, even though you could, right? Like that. The reason why I wanted this one up here was because these two, it didn't make a new low below these. Which I get it. It's not on the 15-second. You're not quite looking like you might normally look, where it's required to take a low or something to have a change in state delivery. The reason why I didn't want to take this right here is because I just didn't, since it didn't make a lower low right here, I was afraid of it doing a little bit of this first and maybe going lower before. So that's why I waited for this one. Okay, got you, Will. So Will says, so my chart here is NQ, and there can be some slight. Most people trade MNQ, right? And I trade my PA accounts are on MNQ. I copy over to MNQ, but I trade my charting is on the NQ chart. So there can be some slight variation differences from NQ to MNQ. Charting wise. Okay, so keep that in mind because they're typically anywhere from a quarter or like 1 tick to 3 ticks off. So there's many times where like NQ, if there's a fair value gap, right, and price is trying to trade back up to it for an entry to go short, there's many times NQ might get close and it doesn't hit it and it comes down, but NQ it actually went into it. And vice versa. So in this case, that's what Will's saying. So like here, if he was just trading this chart, he would have done the same thing I did. But on MNQ, right here, it actually did make a lower low and then come up. So that makes this the correct entry, change the state of delivery. Which, hey, I would have preferred this right here anyways. That would have been even nicer. So I would have preferred an entry here. So you'd basically, this candle right here, closed above. And then this candle, you took the high right here. So that would have been, let's see. Roughly 438.25. I mean, that's what, 13 points more I would have got off of that. So, but anyway, so look, let's go back to this. This is why it's extremely important to have targets, levels, and know what price is doing around them. Because right here, I originally had I was aiming higher. Then I was like, well, no, let's aim for this high. But then look, this is what I was talking about. You have previous day low. If price can be bearish, it'll come back up, test the low, kind of like a mitigation, and then continue down. We have last week's range, equilibrium of last week's range. That means that's the midpoint of last week's range. So 2 pretty big levels there. So that's why I was like, I should probably take profit right here. And if you go to the 15-second chart, look at the bodies. Look at the bodies right there. And that's a chance of it rolling over and heading back down. And that's why I immediately, a little quicker, when we reach the high of this daily fair value gap, the opening range gap low, like all these levels here, I went to break even fairly quick. And I didn't want to try to chance it to, to try to keep going higher. And I kind of chased it with my stop, and I ended up closing it out for about a 40-point win. So that's why I'm against the people that say, well, once you're in a trade, just let it go. You have your stop and your profit there for a reason. Just let it go. Let it hit one or the other. I like to manage my trades. So, and look how it rolled over. It's going for those lower, and it may come back up higher. It's hitting these lower fair value gaps. So that's another thing I noticed too, because we know this, right? Like when you have lower fair value gaps like this move that shot up here, right? Leaving these fair value gaps, 3 fair value gaps. Just because it pulled up into this one and expanded up doesn't mean it's not going to roll back around to these. So that's why I like my low-hanging fruit targets. I mean, if you can't make a living off of 40 points and multiple funded accounts, I don't know what you're doing. But, like, assuming you're disciplined and everything like that. Like, you don't need 100-point runs, right? Like, you don't need it to keep going higher. Take your profits, because there is a chance it could come back down to these and then maybe continue up, right? So especially when you have a 15-second confirmation, it's telling you, what that's telling you is that, okay, it's okay to go long in this one. Even though we know it could reach this one, it's okay for the moment to go long here. Just make sure you're taking profits at targets. Like, that's the biggest thing I could stress. Take profits at targets. Yes, we want the runners, the big trades, but you don't need that to make a lot of money. I always preach this. The 2 ways to make more money is more contracts or more funded accounts. Like, those are the 2 biggest, easiest ways, because you don't have to change anything at all with your trading. You literally only need to click a button or pay a little bit more money to get more accounts. Like, that's it. That's all it takes. So anyways, I guess that's my one little rant for the day. Yeah, that too. Great point, Will. So Will says he's also quicker to move to break even if there's unmitigated fair value gaps below. Kind of like what I was saying. So, like, yeah, I mean, it's great. It's a great thing to do, for sure. If you get stopped out at break even, man, just eliminating that extra loss. So, like, let's quick review here, okay? If you thought price was going down and it was looking like it was holding up here, and you thought, man, this is going to roll over and go short, right here, the 15-second confirmation model saves once again a loss right there, because people were going short there to continue down, putting stops there, just got nailed, right? But confirmation model told us it's okay to go here. Just take your profit somewhere. So, I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So I'm putting this out there, and I was hesitating to do this, but I want to say it because it's a testament to this 15-second confirmation model of how good it is. The beginning of the month in November, the first trade I took at the beginning of the month, I was not using this yet. I had a loss. Since then, I have not had a losing day. I haven't taken a ton of trades. I think this is my 6th trade or 6th trading day since then. But still, I haven't had a losing day. Just saying. Just saying. And I have avoided losers. Just saying. Hey, David. Good to see you. I'm just saying. Shadow. I'll make a video on it. And man, I'm never going to stop saying credit goes to Will, because credit goes to Will for sure. And that's the thing that, like, because I'm the voice on YouTube right now, talking about it. Like, I don't want it getting misconstrued of like me finding this 15-second confirmation model. It's not, I did hear Ice-T talk about the 15-second chart on the 2024 mentorship, but he didn't mention anything like what Will came up and figured and put the, the back testing in, the over years worth of data. So all credit to Will. On that 15-second confirmation video that I'm going to do is going to give all the credit to Will. 100%. I will never take that away. So everybody all together say, thanks, Will. Hey, that's true. That's what I love about trading. It's, man, like literally no one's competition. It's only competition if you get ego. If you get egotistical and you get on X and you're like, oh, I'm the best trader and nobody can make more money than me and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's dumb. Like, that's just stupid to me. Help everybody, man. We all eat. That's for sure. You can literally help change people's lives. Like, if you just drop the ego and not you, like whoever, just drop the ego and just like help change people's lives. Like, I've literally, and I've had people in other countries message me and be like, man, you're like what you preach about discipline and everything has literally helped me so much that I'm able to help, I'm able to provide for my family that we couldn't eat as good as we can now. Like, stuff like that, if that don't hit you, like, man, but you'd rather go on X flexing about how you're the best and, whatever. I guess rant number 2 for the day. All right, y'all, I'm going to hop off here. It is my time. Thanks for joining today. I will be back tomorrow. And like I said, I will be out, unfortunately, all week next week. But I will have that video out. I want to try to do it tonight. I'm not sure. My son has training tonight. Tomorrow night we have games. I will get that video out. That way y'all have something to, to work on and watch for all next week. So, yep. So, all right. Thanks for joining. Hit that thumbs up. See y'all tomorrow. And as always, trade well, everybody. Take care.